Hi, so I just really wanted to go over the techniques for the pectoral nerves and the musculocutaneous branches, some of the most common patterns we do because patients are typically in a flexed adducted position of the upper extremity. The medial and lateral pectoral are probably the most common that we do. So we almost always start here to relax the shoulder to gain access to the rest of the positions when the arm externally rotates and flops outwards. So here you can see we are on the lateral pectoral nerve followed by the medial pectoral nerve. That lateral pectoral nerve is that straight line between pec major and minor. And then we go deeper into the medial pectoral nerve because that is more of a nerve coming through the ansa pectoralis. You can see the ice ball in there, and there's more points of contact, whereas the lateral pectoral nerve is one straight nerve. If we see it again, here is what's happening. So you can see that shoulder is almost subluxing outward, but the muscle bellies of major and minor are down. We immediately see them disappear with our cryoneurolysis here on the lateral, followed by the medial pectoral nerve again. When we go to the arm, we are going to look at both the biceps and brachialis. In this case, if you want to know which is the nerve branch, you can actually see the blood vessels sliding along that branch. So this is a branch off the brachial vessels coming into the biceps brachii. Now we are 4 finger breaths on the axilla. That's where you're going to get the biggest bulk of the biceps muscle. Here you can see we are creating an ice ball along that branch, and we have already tried to stimulate. Now, it is a biceps muscle, so there might be more than one fascicle of the two heads of the biceps. So here we are getting a very nice approach with our ice ball. And this is another arm where you can see we're stimulating, and in this case, we're stimulating below the stimulating probe, so we're getting another fascicle of a biceps. We're not seeing the more superficial portion going. Another example of the biceps, very nicely, cryoneurolysis, and you can see the fasciculations off to the left of the screen happening immediately. Another example, when we are doing biceps, you're actually seeing the fasciculations in that more superficial branch as well. Again, this is 4 finger breaths from the axilla. When we go to the brachialis, we've actually slid down quite a bit. So it's 4 finger breaths above the axilla. We don't want to be too close to the brachial vessels because the median nerve lives over there. So we are coming down through the very end of the biceps. It's quite thin at this point, and we're trying to get the brachialis to stimulate. Sometimes we were intramuscular. In this case, we found a branch going down to the brachialis, which we can do. And here we did 2 lesions along that same branch. Here's another example, another elbow flexors brachioradialis. So we're stimulating the radial nerve. We don't want the radial nerve proper. This was actually a nerve block because we don't want the wrist to go in extension when we're stimulating, so it causes wrist drop. That should be a good start.